Rockets game. This Houston Rockets game, this series has been a toss-up for me. I've been disappointed. I've been disappointed. I just been disappointed. I thought this was going to be a sweep. Okay, Chris Paul, yeah. Chris Paul posted and said, oh, they gave us a 0.2% chance to make the playoffs. Hey, I'm one of those guys. Yes, my apologies, CP3. My apologies. I said they're going to deal CP3 away, and they're going to rebuild, and OKC just going to turn into stretch, and they're going to start things all over again, and that did not happen. It didn't happen. I mean, it did not happen. I'm just so shocked that it didn't. This whole time I was thinking CP going to get traded, but I knew he didn't want to give up their money. CP, don't give up the money, man. I know you wasn't going to give up the money anyway. But to drag this team to the playoffs, I mean, and people gave Russell so much credit for taking the team to the playoffs without Kevin Durant. First year, I granted, Russell did not have that much around him. He had Oladipo. He was not the player that he is now. Steven Adams is still growing into himself. And so he didn't have all those players. But fast forward to when he got Carmelo and Paul George, they went to the playoffs. They said, oh, look how Russ is carrying his team. Look how Russ is doing this and doing that. But now CP3 has a team full of people like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and all these other players. I mean, he doesn't have a superstar, mind you. Now, he has some great talent on that team. The OKC team is legit. SGA is legit. Schroeder is legit. Adams is legit. Gallinari is legit. These are some great players. And, I mean, what else do you want them to do? I mean, what else do you want OKC to do? They don't won 2 games. Nobody thought OKC was going to be in the playoffs, and now here they are going against a title contender, granted without Russell Westbrook, and now they're forcing a game 6. I mean, it's going to go to 6 anyway. Now they're forcing a game 6. Can they force game 7, or can they win in 6? We will see. I don't think they will win in 6. I still have the Rockets winning in 6. Had them winning in 4, but now I have them winning in 6. Hopefully they can get it done. But like I said, people gave Russell so much credit for dragging this OKC team to the championship. I just want CP3 to get that same recognition that Russell got. Oh, Russell is so amazing. He's dragging his team. CP3 is slick kind of doing it too, man. He's just not putting up the crazy numbers like Westbrook was. But give CP3 his credit. Give him his due. He deserves it. I'm not one of those type of people who elevate Chris Paul now to these high stature like he's the best point guard they ever played. Now, I don't do that. But he is one of the best point guards in the game. And we are slowly forgetting that. And we don't need to forget that. But the defense on OKC has been playing some great defense on James Harden. That is no lie. They have been playing some great D on James Harden. Granted, this dude is still averaging 30-plus points in a series. There's no way you're going to shut him down to 25, 24 points a game unless he just close out himself and say, hey, you know what? I'm not shooting the ball like he did versus the Spurs one series. Granted, let's erase that out the way. That never happened because he doesn't do that anymore. This dude is a certified bucket. But the way that they're guarding him is just, it's just good defense. It's just good defense. And I just want to look at some of these defensive plays. Like, man, these defensive plays are just shocking to me, to say the least. Well, to me, they are shocking. I'm like, wow. You're forcing him to do that? You're forcing him to pick up his dribble like that? You're forcing him to kick it out like that? Now, granted, if these people will knock down threes, that's what really, okay, let's just talk about this. In the third quarter. Now, mind you, in the third quarter now, you come out 8 for 8 from the three-point line. You took 50, folks, 56 threes in a game. 56. Mind you, nobody has ever did that in the playoffs. 56 threes. Now, I might be wrong about nobody ever doing that in the playoffs because I think the Rockets took more than 56 threes when they lost against Golden State in Game 7. I might be wrong. But they're averaging 52 threes a game. 52. Now, you guys tell me, can you win a championship shooting 52 threes a game? Now, I love D'Antoni's offense. I love his offense. I love him as a coach. And I think when you put anybody, any elite guard, any elite wing, and give him the ball in a D'Antoni system, he's going to excel. Jeremy Lin, excel. I mean, people excel. Russ is having one of his greatest seasons ever. We forget about that. Russell is having his best season to me in a long time, according to the stats. Field goal percentage, how he's finishing at the rim. The court is just so open. And so D'Antoni will elevate the offensive game to new heights. Now, granted, I'm not one of those guys who believe only reason James Harden is doing what he's doing is because he's in a D'Antoni system. No, James Harden is doing what he's doing because he's James Harden. That's it. But the defense by OKC is just amazing. I mean, sitting down. Look, they clogging the paint. They're making sure that James Harden reverts to somebody else or pass the ball out to somebody else. Now, when you take 8 threes a game, man, 56 threes a game, you went 8 for 8 to start the third quarter, but still, somehow, they're still in the game. OKC is still clawing and scratching and finding their way. That really just makes you feel like, man, what can we do? What can we really do? But my thing is, if the Rockets would just really just sit down on defense and do what they need to do, then they'll be fine because they are a scrappy team. And James Harden is an underrated defender. I know somebody might be chuckling right now and saying, "Oh, James Harden is an underrated defender." No, yeah, James Harden is an underrated defender. He really is. He really is underrated defender, leading the league in steals. And I know somebody right now is saying,
"I've got to be kidding."
But it's fine. James Harden is one of the best players in the league, and he's turned into a good defender. He's a great post defender, by the way. But, I mean, I don't know where OKC found this man at, though, to be honest. I don't know where did they find this guy? He's like another Andre Roberson. Like, both of them can't shoot, but the defensive effort is just outstanding. Dort. Like, this dude is an animal on defense. He doesn't give up. He's fighting through every screen. I don't see that no more in the league. I remember LeBron, they got a game I hate to bring up. Kevin Durant, switch. They let Rodney Hood get the switch. LeBron just, hey, there you go, Rodney. Have your way. Have your way, Rodney. I'm going to let you guard Kevin Durant. And LeBron said, I'm not going to fight through that. But this dude is fighting through screens, running through screens. He's sitting down. Like, this dude is an amazing defender. OKC somehow always seem to get great guard defenders, but cannot get great guards who can shoot the three. That's two guards for some reason. We've seen it through Kevin Durant era. We've seen it through the Russell Westbrook era. Their shooting guard spot was void after James Harden left. They couldn't find no shooters. Instead, you got Dort. Now he's not a horrible shooter. He's not scared to take a three or take a shot or look for his shot, but he's not a great shooter. But his focus on defense, oh my goodness, this kid just gets after it, man. He makes me want to go play defense, and I could never guard like that. I'm just playing. I probably could guard like that. I probably could lock somebody up just like that. But this man right here is just utterly amazing. His defense has been great on James Harden, despite James Harden having 32 points and 15 assists tonight. And I know Harden, I know his man. When you knock down hand sanitizer like that, it's things are not going good. Okay, things are not going good, buddy. But anyway, I still have the Rockets coming out. The Rockets will come out this series victorious. That's what I think at the end of the day. Even though Dort is playing amazing defense on James Harden, I still think Harden is too much. I still think they don't need Westbrook in this series, that they can rest him and then find a way to implement him in when they go against either the Clippers or the Mavs that we're going to see them play today. So, whenever you watch this video, the Mavericks should be playing. The Mavericks should be playing Clippers. And we're going to see this game 5, and we're going to see what Luka the Don going to do. We're going to see what the Claw is going to do. Is the Claw going to sit on Luka the whole game? Is PG going to sit on Luka the whole game? This playoffs has just been very interesting to me. And it's just crazy. It's ironic. It's just kind of funny to me that people are saying that this is bad. Like, the bubble's bad. It's not working out. It's working out tremendously. If you're a huge basketball fan or basketball junkie, you are loving the NBA right now. The competitive, people are just so competitive right now. Just fight after fight after fight, and people are getting after it. And that's what I love, that competitive nature. Sometimes we don't see that during the game 5 grand. I see that every playoffs, people are fighting. But since the start of the bubble, man, the seeding games, people have been fighting. And so I'm just excited for the rest of this playoffs. I'm excited to see who's going to win this championship. That's all I'm excited for. So y'all let me know who you think gonna win the championship. Who you think gonna come out this round for the Mavericks. Mavericks versus Clippers. Rockets versus OKC. Who do you see coming out? Utah versus Denver. Even though they're about to close it out, who do you see coming out these rounds? Just let me know, and I'm out. I am out this thing. And next time somebody say James Harden is a bad defender, you have to say,
I've got to be kidding.
just say it.